Hold on, what time is it? You see that? It's 8:33. Well, why is it like, did y'all see that beeping red? It's not doing that, though, like, I can barely see because my glasses are not on, but that's so weird. My alarm goes off at 9:45. I'm gonna go to bed for another hour, and then we're gonna talk about some stuff and about what I do at work and the book I'm reading today. So, okay, I'll be back. I'm awake now. It's not 9:45 or 9:30. Surprise, surprise. It's 9 o'clock. I have that hoarseness in the morning. Excuse my throat and my voice. It's just a little hoarse. But I realized that if I wanted to vlog today, probably should wake up, put on something else other than what I went to sleep in. All with time to spare and time to make my coffee. Let me go get somewhat presentable, so. Hi. It's 9:47. Here's a proof. So this is my work area. I'm about to log in a minute. So yeah. So right now I am just logging in to my computer, which you can see. Ignore my little book setup right now. I don't have a tripod for my desk. So this is the best that I could do. First things first, I'm going to grab a notepad out of my desk because I need to make a to-do list. I'm trying to think of like how to best start this. I guess first, let me just talk about what I do and what my position is. I am a Subrights intern for Little Brown, which is an imprint of Hachette Book Group. And what is Subrights? It's a great question. To give like a very broad range example, anytime a publisher wants to use either the cover of a book that Hachette has published or the text, if they want to take a book and translate it into their own language in their own territory, they have to secure the rights to do so. If we do not own the rights to a cover, they have to get up with whoever owns the rights and get permission to use it. So on a regular basis, I'm consistently talking to publishers and agents in different territories, also domestically, about helping them acquire the rights or the files to create a book in their territory. Yeah, it's been really great. Of course, I will go more in depth into like other things as the day goes on. Until then though, I also wanted to tell you what book I'm reading. So there is this TV show called Younger. It came on TV Land like years ago, but I just found out about it like a couple months ago, where this woman, Liza, she's in her 40s. She worked in publishing in her early 20s, and then she got pregnant, and then she left the job force, and she comes back wanting to get a job in publishing. Well, she does a whole application thing, she gets some interviews, and then she gets rejected because of her age. In one of her interviews, I believe it was with like Penguin Random House's like biggest competitor in the TV show, of course. It was a fake company, and she lands a job there because she lies and says that she's 27 years old. But the whole point of this vlog today is that this show was based on a book called Younger. I'm going to be listening to that on audio while I work today. It's like 6 hours and some change, so I should get through that by the end of my workday. So I'm excited to see how it holds up to the TV show. Yeah. Anyway, if you have any questions so far, put them in the comment section below. I will be back. I'm gonna go ahead and put on my audiobook, start working on my to-do list, and then, yeah. I just wanted to kind of show you my calendar really fast. So like not busy week for me. So this is what my calendar looks like right now. Today I have a meeting at 2:30 and one at 3:30 where I will be meeting with 2 people. My first meeting today is at 2:30 with the director of social media. So after I started BookTube and Bookstagram, I realized that I love this. Obviously I love working with social media anyway, just because it's just so vast, and it's always changing, and literally no day is the same online. So I just like the variety that you get with working with social media and then with other people on social media. With that being said, that leads me into my next meeting for today. It's going to be at 3:30 with an assistant editor who I've spoken to once before. And yeah, we're gonna just talk about a couple of questions that I have. This is a day in my life, so I'm not sure how else to like show that to y'all. Hopefully I'm doing a good job. I just received the file request now. So the first thing I have to always do before I send any files to anyone is, number one, check to make sure that we don't have to clear any rights. So basically, I'm just gonna go into our spreadsheet to find out if the covers for these books are owned by us. If they are, good to go. I can download the files, which can take hours sometimes if they're like big files, and then shoot them over to the publisher. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back to listening to Younger, and I'll probably come back on my lunch break, which I'll take in about 40 minutes to an hour. So it's my lunch break, and so I'm on chapter 7 of Younger, and I just got to a scene that really bothered me. Alice is pretending to be this young assistant, and she works for this woman named Terry, who's like, no BS. Terry's whole thing right now, like their whole I guess like mission right now, is to basically take classics, revamp them in some way to push them out to a younger audience. That's gonna be a very niche down audience, very small. The goal that she wants is to broaden their audience, make these young people want to read about someone from the 1700s, you know? So they get into like this meeting with all the marketing team and PR team, and they come together to talk about the issue with the economy, why their sales numbers are so low. I forget her name, but not important. The lady who's leading the meeting though asks, who could help me with this situation, with this problem? Alice speaks up and is about to give her idea that she told Terry in the meeting. Terry was like, what Alice means to say is, my idea was that we come up with blah, 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 and basically just takes everything that Alice said and makes it seem like she came up with it herself. I was like, oh, no, honey. Excuse me? Now, I can't speak on that ever being a thing that happened to me in any job I've had. Do you let it go? Do you confront them? Do you tell them that you don't appreciate that as a professional? That you feel like you were blindsided and underhanded and that you just are not taken seriously? What does one do about that? So yeah, I was like, whoa, that's messed up. I mean, honestly, watching that show made me very excited to move to New York. Obviously, I'm not moving anytime soon, i.e. pandemic. I'm gonna finish eating, and then I have to prep for some questions for this meeting that I'm about to be in soon, and then I'll come back. I'll probably be halfway through the book by then. Okay, see you later. Okay, so it's 2:28. I'm about to hop into a fun little Teams meeting. I have no idea what all you can see on my camera, but yeah, I'm about to hop into a quick little Teams meeting chat, just to pick her brain a little bit, ask her some questions. So once I get done with that, I gotta get back to work. I have a couple of tasks to handle and take care of, and then I have one more meeting, and then I'll be logged off for the day. So I just got off work, but then I realized that my package got here. My package being my tree. I bought this little like fake tree, this plant, although it smells really real, and like the bottom part, like the dirt part or whatever it's called, also feels real, but it smells like dirt. But yeah, I thought it would be taller than this. Let me see if I can show you how short this is. So mind you, I am only 5 feet. This plant comes up to like my armpit, so it's not as tall as I'd like for it to be. Okay, so it's gonna go. My hair's stuck. The only thing is though, I bought this ginormous bin for this to go into, and now I'm feeling like it's too big, because truth be told, this thing could go in here. Wow, that literally fits perfectly. So we could have just like fluffed the leaves out or something like that. That's what they say to do. I don't know. This looks fine to me. I could be wrong. So technically you've seen a day in my life. I feel like today was a very poor day to do a day in my life video, just because now people are pretty much gearing up for the new year. Basically, the end of the year has been pretty slow, which is fine. I have been kind of helping prep for next year, mainly with like both the spring and fall titles. So I have gotten the chance to work on some submissions letters, which basically means that I will take the description of a book and pretty much write it in a way that's going to entice a publisher to want to acquire that book for their territory, which is cool because it kind of lets me exercise my ability to write, which I haven't written in that kind of way since like high school. Well, I mean, I wrote a little bit in college in like my English courses, but it wasn't as exciting. So that was a fun way to be able to test my ability to do that, as well as play around with the design of the actual letters. So sometimes they'll be kind of standard, but I got the chance to design them as I wanted to. So I got some real creative freedom with that. That was fun. You guys heard earlier in my vlog that pretty much I just supply publishers and agents with files to create covers for their territories and to translate our books into their own language. That's like the bulk of what I do. I think if you watch a lot of these work from home videos, you'll see they hate meetings. They can't stand going to meetings. I'm like the complete opposite of those people. Personally, I love a good meeting, which sounds kind of like, wow, why? Yeah, I just think that there's a lot that I've learned about myself in the past 3 months of interning with Hachette that I just didn't realize before. Growing up, I've always had many dreams. However, I always saw myself working in New York in a cubicle type environment or in an office type environment. And at the time, when I was like 9, it was like a fashion designer. But as I got older, I still saw myself in that setting. So now that I'm older, I see why back then I had those visions, like those dreams, because they were going to be a reality for me eventually. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and read though, because I do want to finish this book before the sun goes down. So I got about like an hour and a half. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so I officially finished Younger. It's like 7:40, so not bad timing. Obviously, nothing shocked me. I've already seen the TV show. I already knew the big things that were gonna happen. There were some things that were drastically different in the book. One of the biggest differences being the relationships that Alice in the book has. She only exclusively ever dates Josh. She never dates like the publisher like she does in the TV show. So, I mean, that's a big difference. I'm assuming that they chose that relationship for the TV show to be a little bit more dramatic. Alice and Josh dating wasn't like a dramatic thing, other than the fact that Alice is like 2 decades older than Josh. I mean, obviously the age thing was interesting. I will say Maggie's character, I liked her in the beginning when she was like giving Alice a pep talk and was like, hey, come, live with me. Just be young. Like, just don't even worry about your age. Just go out there and grab what you want by the sack. But as time progressed, Maggie wanted to have a baby. So like her whole storyline as a side character was like having a baby. There was nothing else ever. Like, I mean, yeah, they mentioned her artwork and like wanting to commission her for a cover, which is cool for a brief moment, but there's so much more to the Maggie on TV that I wished would have been in the book. That was like the downfall, I think, for her character. It was just, there was nothing else really to her. I mean, this book was not bad. It wasn't bad. It was enjoyable. Again, I think it would have been different had I not already seen the TV show. Now the cool part though is that the sequel to this story is called Older, and it's actually the book that the character Alice in Younger ends up writing about her time as pretending to be a younger person in publishing, and it becomes like a bestseller, I'm pretty sure. And it ends up being published by the company she works for. So I mean, I thought that like connection was pretty cool. I'm gonna read it still, not in this vlog, but I will read it shortly and let you guys know what I think about it. Based on what I saw though, it seems like it's gonna be interesting. I think that in Older, the book gets published, it becomes a hit, and they end up making a show about it. And so both Lindsay and Alice fly out to LA, and they're spending half their time in LA, half the time in New York, basically prepping for the TV show, which happens to be the show Younger. So like, it's cool. It's a cool little connection, I think. I think I'll enjoy Older much more than I enjoy Younger. It's 7:40 and I'm about to eat dinner. I took like a brief nap for like 20 minutes. I had a headache earlier. I was gonna film tonight, but I'm so daggone tired. I'm gonna go make my plate for dinner, but I hope that so far y'all have enjoyed like a day in my life. Hopefully you guys learned some stuff. And like I said before earlier in the vlog, if you have any questions, whatever, of course you can DM me or you can drop them in the comments below. So anyway, I'm talking your ear off now. I'm gonna go eat. Okay, bye.